Hare Krishna. Welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. There are prayers on my screen. You can repeat with me. Om Jnana Timanandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam
Lokasangraha Dadati Swapakam
Vandeham
Vandeham
Shri
Shri
Guru
Guru Shri
Bhagavatam Shri Guru
Prabhupada
Vaishnavamsha
Shri
Shri Rupam Sagar
Rupam
Jatam Sahagana
Sarvadatam
Raghunatam
Sarvadatam
Sajivam
Tansabhi
Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri
Shri
Radha Krishna
Radha Krishna
Parasara Ganalita Shri
Shri
Vishakam He Krishna
He
Karuna
Krishna
Sindhu
Chana
Deenabandhu
Sambhodhi
Jagapate
Nabandha Jagapati
Gopesh Gotika Kanata
Prabhupati
Radha Kananta Namaste
Prabhupati
Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavan Vishabhanu
Prabhupati
Sute Pranami Harish Vancha Kalpataruvesh Kripa Sindhu Bhaiva Chapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna
Prabhu
Chaitanya
Nityananda
Prabhu
Shri
Nityananda
Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama 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 Hare
Hare.
Hare So welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. We are discussing chapter 3 of Bhagavad Gita and we are using Srila Yamuna Charya's Gitartha Sangraha verses to understand these chapters. So for chapter 3, he summarizes chapter 3 in this verse. Asakya lokarakshaye guneshu aropya kartitram सर्वेश्वर सर्वेश्वरे वा न्यास्त उक्त तृतीय कर्म कर्म कार्य कार्य कार्यता कर्म कार्यता. So he basically gives the definition of karma yoga. Karma yoga is of these four characteristics. First one is asakya, asakya meaning without attachment. Do your work as a duty without attachment, a detached manner, as a duty you do. Just because you're going to get a fruit, then only you're going to do the duty, not with that attitude, with a selfless dutiful attitude. Like a policeman, if he saves someone and that person tells him thank you for saving me, here I give you 5 lakh rupees, the policeman will not accept it. A true policeman, honest one, will not accept it and will say that I did my duty. So that is a satya. He did his duty. Just like a doctor, he may treat the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, or he may treat the watchman of your society. To both he will give the same treatment, right? He'll give the same treatment. He won't be like, okay, now Narendra Modi has come, so I need to be too careful. No, whoever comes, he has to give the same level of high treatment, high quality treatment he has to give, right? So that is doing your duty without attachment. Okay, next is for Loka Rakshaye. So he has used the word Loka Rakshaye and Krishna has used the word Lokasangraha. Lokasangraha means welfare of the people. So all our activities should end up being welfare of the people. Immediate family, oneself, immediate family, society, nation, all people. So karma yoga means our karma should be dharmic, should be setting good example, and other people can look up to us and they can follow in the dharmic life. Okay, so it should be for the benefit of all. Third is to internally understand that we are not the doer. I am not doing this. What does this mean? This means that this body is given to us. I am using this body to do activities, and this body is like an exoskeleton machine. Okay, with the help of it I am doing so many activities. So I am separate from the body, I am taking the help of the body. So am I the doer? Well, we are not the only doer, we are taking help of someone else also. So that's how we need to understand that we are not the doer, and this body is given by Krishna. So ultimately we will say this is done by Krishna. Like I always show you this picture that we have. This is a biomechanical body that we have, and we are sitting here as the Atma. And we are using the pneumatic machines, the electrics, the um, the memory, the camera, which are our eyes. So we are using all these instruments. The soul is using all this to do various activities: eating, sleeping, mating, different. Okay. So he is doing activity with the help of a body which is given by Krishna. Then he will have the understanding, I did it with the help of all these things. So I'm not the only doer. Okay, that is what it means. This doership means I'm not the only doer. I initiated it, but it is not that I did it. Like another example I take is this excavator. If the excavator digs a hole, did the operator dig it? Yes and no. Yes, because he used the excavator, he directed it to dig it. And no, because he didn't do it with his own hands. You're getting? He didn't do it with his own hands. He needed this machine to do that work. On his own hands, he was not able to dig it out. So that's why the operator should be telling, I did it with the help of this machine, excavator. Without it, it is not possible. So once we get that idea, okay, I'm doing this, all these activities, my duty, with the help of the gunas that are given to me, then we know, okay, I'm not the doer. Now let's say if we think we are the doer, then what is the problem? We become attached to it. We become attached to the results. In this world, right? Anything we do, there are various people who help us. Like, simple example I'll tell. You are working in a team, okay? And suppose you are the team leader, and your team, when you work for 6 months and complete one project, and it is delivered to the customer uses it and finds it excellent, no bugs, nothing, excellent working, everything working, giving performance, efficiency, everything. And he writes the email back, feedback, that this team has done great, this product is great, everything is great. Now as a team leader, what are you going to say? Are you going to say, oh, only I did it? I did it, it was me only, I only did this, that's why the product is high quality and earning profits. Do you think the leader should speak like that? Any comment? It was me only, because of me everything happened, this whole success is because of me.
No, I think it's a
Then what?
team effort. So leaders should say it's a team effort.
Yeah, leaders should say it's because of the team spend day night. So we are leader in this body. Okay, in this body we are the leader, and this is all the team members. So acknowledge this thing. Okay, so that is part of karma yoga, to acknowledge, okay, 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 I am not the only powerful person here. Okay, I am not the supremely powerful person. I am not the greatest. Who said I am the greatest? Do you know which boxer said I am the greatest? hmm? Muhammad Ali. You know this boxer?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
He is the one who said I am the greatest. See, I am the greatest. This speech is there, I am the greatest, I am the greatest. Now, very interesting thing happened later in his life. Do you know what? Do you know?
No, Prabhuji, you can tell.
He got Parkinson disease later in his life. Oh, at
Yeah,
the age
yeah,
of 42
yes.
only he got. What do you know? What happens? Parkinson. What happens?
Forgets, we don't know what is happening. Memory loss.
Well, a lot of thing happens, but the most important thing was in a video you could have seen when I guess uh, Olympic games were played in I think Los Angeles or somewhere. Then he was called, and that time he had this Parkinson disease, and he was told to carry the, what is it called, torch, the Olympic torch,
Torchbearer, yeah.
the torch bearer,
Yeah.
and he was trembling,
Mm.
and he couldn't speak also properly. His hand is shaking. You can see that video. His hand is shaking, and he's somehow lighting up the Olympic torch. So, if he's the greatest, then what is happening with him? Right? So, that's the thing. We should not think we are the greatest. We should not think we are the greatest. So, that's why Krishna is saying, don't come to don't think that you are the greatest. You are the Karta. I am the Karta Dhata. Without me, nothing will happen. Huh? Without me, this project won't happen. Without me, my family members won't eat. Don't think like that. Understand that you are being supplied with help, with a body, okay? And you are not the only doer there, okay? So, this is a very important understanding of Karma Yoga, to understand that we are not the doer. And the last thing is Sarveshwara. Sarveshwara means the supreme, that is Sri Krishna. You offer everything to him. Then this whole thing, then whatever you do without attachment, which will benefit and welfare for people, understanding that you are not the doer, then you offer it to Krishna, then all this package will be called as Karma Yoga. Okay? Ramanujarya, Srila Ramanujarya, he gives some detailed meaning to Karma Yoga. Says there are three more understandings, deeper understandings to this. Is one is Phala Tyaga, Krititva Buddhi Tyaga, and Mamata Tyaga. Phala Tyaga means should not do Karma Yoga for lower fruits like going to heavenly planets and just for my own enjoyment. No, it's done for rather for welfare of the people. Kartitva Buddhi Tyaga. I'm not a doer. Modes are doing this. Last thing is Mamata Tyaga. Mamata Tyaga means I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for Supreme. So he explains like this. Okay. Any question? Any comment? Any question? Okay. So we stopped at verse number 19. Now we'll do verse number 20 of the third chapter. कर्मण्येव हि संसिद्धिम् अस्थित जनकदः लोकसंग्रह एवापि संशयं कर्तुम् अर्हसि. So 20th verse, Krishna gives the example of Janaka Maharaj. He says he is the one best karma yogi that existed, and he did it for what purpose? Lokasangraha, Lokarakshaye, Lokasangraha, welfare of the people. He did it for their welfare. Therefore, Arjuna, you should also do for people's welfare. Evapi. Evapi means Evapi means this one reason of doing it for the welfare of people should be enough to convince you to take to karma yoga and perform your duty. This will benefit the general people, therefore I will do my duty. If you can understand this, Arjuna, then it's enough. This one reason is enough for you to take up this fight and battlefield and fight in this battlefield. So common people, we know common people, what is their characteristic? They will simply follow what great people do, right? Common people, they imitate great people, they imitate famous people, isn't it?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm. Yeah, just hold up. I need water. Ah, yeah. So they imitate people. Now, if the great person does some mistake, then what will happen to the common people? They will also do that mistake, thinking that okay, he did it, I will also do it to it, right? We have so many examples of common people imitating great people. Do you want to share any kind of incident that you saw that common person was imitating great people? Especially movies and all that, we definitely see famous actors, actresses. Any other example you want to give, like following politician or something?
I think, Prabhuji, in general, everywhere people are following somebody or others. So, like
Hmm.
in sports, also somebody will choose whoever is their legend that they will follow.
Yeah,
Like
exactly, exactly.
similarly, yeah,
So
scientists or even
yes.
personalities, Modi or anybody like,
Okay.
yeah, Prabhuji.
um in a family, can you give me an example? In a family, what happens?
Yeah, the family also, like if we see our elders, if they see, like there are some traditions where regardless of the age, when the senior person comes, then they touch the feet. Okay, so
Hmm.
then the other younger people, they also like they follow them. Whereas the same is not happening in the nearby families because they are not seeing it.
Okay, good, good, good.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hmm. Small children. How about small children? What do they do?
They also imitate the family members like their mother or yeah.
Yeah, you
They,
will see this commonly. Small children, they will imitate their parents.
yeah.
So it is very important, for parents to set good example.
True, Prabhuji. Very
Yeah.
true.
So this particular verse is telling that thing only, that common people within your family, within your society, in the nation, in the world, they will follow you, Arjuna. Therefore, you set up a very good example like Janak Maharaj. He was the best example. In one of the Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, it is said that if you are confused, what is to be done? Then simply look what the great people have done and then follow that. Right? Simply look at what the great people have done and follow that. Here, Krishna uses the word Raj Rishi. Okay, he has not used the word Raj Rishi, but somewhere he has used. So Raj Rishi means Raja and Rishi. He's simultaneously king and he's simultaneously saintly also. So king na, he's interested in what is present in front of his eyes, what he needs to do immediately. That kind of mentality is there in a king. A rishi, he's interested in things which are not present in his one, present in front of our eyes, like Atma, Paramatma. When both of these interests are there, that person is called Raj Rishi. One who is passionate and at the same time he is spiritual also. Then it's called Raj Rishi. Okay. So Arjuna was a Raj Rishi, Janak Maharaj was a Raj Rishi. Now regarding Janak Maharaj, there's a very nice story. Um, so Janak Maharaj used to attend lectures of lectures of Rishi Muni, whose name was Yagyavalka. Yagyavalika. And once what happened is Janak Maharaj became a little late to come to his ashram to hear from him. And Yagyavalika was about to give the session, and then he looked and he saw that Janak Maharaj had not come. So he said, wait, let him come and then I will speak. Then other disciples became a little confused. They said, the Guru is waiting for his disciple? How is that possible? Here, the tradition should be that a disciple should wait for the Guru. Okay, how is it that he is waiting? And what is so great about Janak Maharaj? And Yagyavalka could understand this mentality in his disciples. So once what happened is he was giving a lecture, and with his yogic power, he created an illusion of fire in the ashram. A fire has come, fire has come. So people got really, worried and afraid. Next thing what happened, all the disciples ran away. Because fire has come now, so you have to run away. Natural thing. It is the good thing, it is the right thing to be done. But only two people didn't run away. Who were there? Yagyavalka, who was speaking, and Janaka, who was hearing. Even though they were surrounded with this illusion of fire, Janak Maharaj didn't run. He didn't try to save his life. And then the disciples understood that Janak Maharaj is a highly spiritual person. Okay. And then they had great respect for him. Like this, there are many other stories. So that's why Krishna gives his example here in Bhagavad Gita. Lokasangraha. Lokasangraha means activities which will unite people, should not cause chaos to the society. Okay. Many examples are there in the Shastras. One is Yudhishthir Maharaj. So when he was about to go in the forest for his 14-year exile, then many Brahmanas followed him. Hundreds and thousands of Brahmanas followed him. They said, we want to be with you, Yudhishthir Maharaj. Now, as a king, he wanted to feed all of them. As a king, he wanted to give prasad to everyone. But now he had no resources. So one of his spiritual master, he told him, okay, you go in this river and pray to pray to Surya Devata. And Yudhishthir Maharaj prayed to Surya Devata. And then Surya Devata came over there and he gave what is called as Akshaya Patra. Akshaya Patra means whatever you cook in it, it will never end until the person who has cooked will eat. So till at the end, when Draupadi eats, then only Akshaya Patra will become empty. So Yudhishthir Maharaj did this worship of Suryadev for not for himself, but to feed so many Brahmins. This is called Lokasangraha. This is for the welfare of the people. Now Sri Krishna, he married how many wives he had? 16,108. 16,108. Actually, he had married only 8. 16,000 he got from after killing one of the Rakshasas. I forgot his name. Banasura, I think. No. Okay, no, it may not be Banasura, but someone else. Okay. So he got. So he rescued 16,000 girls. These were actually princes. And in the Vedic times, if anyone would touch a girl also, that girl cannot marry now. She cannot marry someone else. She has to marry that person only. It was so strict then, that time. It was so strict. Now these girls were in the prison of this Asura. And they had been violated, affected. Okay. And they had heard about Krishna, that Krishna is very beautiful person, he is very strong, powerful. So they were praying for him to come. And when they saw that he had come and he has defeated this Asura, killed him, they desired that Krishna, you marry us. Because in our tradition, we nobody will accept us. We cannot go back to our home. Then Krishna, for the benefit of all, he married 16,000 girls, 16,000 princes. That's how he got this 16,108 wives. And after this marriage, he had individual palaces of all of them in Dwarka. So 16,108 palaces. So hearing all this, Narad Muni became very curious. How is Krishna doing this? So he one day went to see what is happening. And he was up in the sky. And he looked at 16,000 palaces. What do you think he saw?
I think probably
Yeah, what did he see?
Krishna was there present with everyone.
In all the palaces, he saw Krishna. It is not like he did a mathematics. If he tell this problem to any IITian, he will do this mathematics. Okay, he will say, okay, he has 16,108 wives. There are how many days in a year? 365. So after 44 years, he will meet his 16,108th wife. After 44 years. Or sorry, yeah, right? After 44 years, he will meet his last wife. Is that right? This is mathematical calculation, isn't it? If he spends one day with each of his wife, then it will take 44 years to meet his last wife. Right? Yes or no? Does it mathematics make sense? Any comment? So this was the problem that everyone would think, if he has to spend one night with all his wives, it would take 44 years just to complete one cycle. Isn't it? But then Narad Muni, he helped us to defeat this mathematical confusion that we have. Mathematical problem that we have. So he went and he saw that Krishna is expanded into 16,108 Krishnas. In each palace there was one Krishna. Each Krishna was the original Krishna. Okay, not like expansion. It was not cloning. It was the same Krishna. The one Krishna had become 16,108. This is what was put Narad Muni into amazement. Because generally in a yogic, when a person does Ashtanga yoga, he can get the power of expanding into multiple persons. Looking like him, but 8, 16 like that. So did Krishna expand like that? No. This is what amazed Narad Muni, that he saw that the original Krishna was there in each and every palace. It was not his expansion. The problem with expansion is what? Can you tell me the problem with expansion? The Ashtanga Yogi expansion? The Ashtanga Yogi expansion is like this, that there is one original person and he creates 8 more persons who look like him. They may talk like him, walk like him, behave like him. Okay? There will be some issues. They won't show all the colors as the original one. So one may doubt, is Krishna also doing like that? And this doubt was cleared by Narad Muni. He said, no, Krishna didn't expand like yogi, like a Ashtanga yogi. No, that one Krishna, that original Krishna was there simultaneously in all the 16,108 palaces. And when they all used to leave in the morning time to go to the king's assembly, all those 16,108 would suddenly become that one Krishna. and they would see Krishna going to the assembly. And all the wives would think that Krishna spent yesterday night with me only. Okay, anyway, point is Krishna did Lokasangraha. Lokasangraha means so many girls were affected. So as a king, he he could have kept all these girls as his maid servants. But these girls told that no, we want you to marry Krishna. And Krishna said, okay, I'll become your husband. So he gave them the position of a wife and not of a servant, but as a wife. So you can see he did Lokasangraha, welfare of all these girls. Okay. Now there were others who didn't do such welfare, and one of them was Satyajit. Satyajit was father of Satyabhama, one of the wives of Krishna, and he had got a stone from sun god which would give him gold every day. Some 1 kilo, 2 kilo gold he would give, something like that. Then Krishna told him, such a thing should be with the king only. But Satyajit, no, he said, no, I'll keep it with myself. And then what happened is some people started planning to kill him. And he got killed. And the gold stone got stolen from him. So when one doesn't think of benefit for all humanity and just thinks it's for me only, selfish, then what will happen? Then this kind of situation will happen. Satyajit situation will happen. He'll get killed. Have you heard about French Revolution? Have you heard about French Revolution every time? Yes? Have you heard about French Revolution?
Yes, Prabhuji, but I don't remember the exact background around it.
Okay. So see, this is it happened in like 10 almost 10 years time period, 1789 to 99. But what were the key causes? Economic ruin. They were doing costly wars, and it led to bankruptcy. Then second thing, there was social inequality. The noble people, so-called noble people, they paid no taxes. They had vast privileges. And 98% of the population, farmers, they would pay taxes. Famines. There were time bad harvests and bread prices, everything crashed. So there was like this great anger and all that. Then there were great thinkers who challenged the king, and the king should do Lokasangraha, but he's not doing Lokasangraha. He is destroying Lokasangraha. He's destroying the welfare of the people. And this all resulted in what? French Revolution. Do you know what happened to these kings and noble people? Hmm?
I think they were captured and like murdered.
Yeah. 15,000, 17,000 were executed by guillotine. You know what is guillotine? They cut their head. It's actually shown here. Why I'm showing you? Because this is, see this, this is a big blade, and they keep the head and they cut it off. Such anger was there. 12,000, 50,000 were noble people, very rich people. They were cut, their heads were cut. The king's head was cut, the queen's head was cut. It's a very bloody revolution. If you read it, it's a very bloody revolution. But we went through. The biggest problem was they didn't do Lokasangraha. So when Lokasangraha is not done, then there will be chaos in the society. And then what will happen? Just like Satyajit lost his life, French Revolution, so many noble people lost their life. There was another person, his name was Gitartha. 17 times he attacked Krishna. He had imprisoned so many kings. And what he was doing? He was performing yajnas to kill those kings and offer them to Kali. Here, human sacrifice. This is not Lokasangraha. Okay? So he had to be killed. Who killed Jayadratha? Who killed? Bhima. Nah? Bhima killed him. He pulled his body into two. Right? You know this story? Hmm? Do you know this story? It's not this. Bhima split. So Bhima actually split his body. It's like that, It's not shown. Jayadratha. Okay.
I think probably Jayadratha was killed by Arjun, no?
Jarasandha, sorry.
Jarasandha, yeah, Jarasandha.
That is what, Jayadratha also did stupid thing, but Jarasandha is what was the person actually I wanted to say.
Yeah, probably.
Jarasandha and Bhima. So Bhima just pulled his leg off and threw him off like that.
Yeah, probably.
So anyway, so Krishna got Jarasandha killed. Why? Because he was doing this kind of terrible activity, killing. Who did this in modern World War II? Such kind of thing. Similar thing. Who was doing this? Huh? What is that word called? Genocide. Who was doing genocide in World War II?
Hitler.
Yes. What happened to him? He was defeated and he had to commit suicide. Because if you don't do Lokasangraha, then the people will come after you. They won't leave you. And the karma will also come back to you. So terrible karma if you do, then it will come back to you. Like that. So we have modern examples also. Okay. We spent a lot of time there. Now I'll speed up a little bit. Krishna says great people, common people will follow great people. Okay. Therefore, Arjuna, you do your karma yoga very diligently and not lazily, because great people will observe you very closely how you did it. Okay. So you do it very diligently. And then Krishna says, I don't have any work. I am above everything. But still I do karma yoga. Why? Same reason. Common people. Krishna has Satya Sankalpa Shakti. Whatever he desires, he gets. Then why he has to do karma yoga? Why he has to administer? Why he has to fight so many wars? Because he has to set good examples. And Krishna says this: if I fail to engage, then all people will follow my path. Okay? If I don't perform my duty, then the world will be put to ruination. There will be destruction everywhere because I am not setting good example. So even Krishna says, I am doing karma yoga. Arjuna, you also need to do. Hmm? As the ignorant perform their duty with attachment to result. See, as the ignorant perform their duty with attachment to result, the learned may similarly act but without attachment. Asatya, which is nothing but um, karma yoga, which is nothing but karma yoga. Do your duty without attachment in a detached way, and this will lead people. Can you give modern example of this? If I tell you, remember any great prime minister of India, what does the name come in your head?
Prabhuji, two names come. One is Lal Bahadur Shastri and another is Narendra Modi.
Okay. Why Lal Bahadur Shastri?
Because he worked not for himself. He did not work only for not for himself, but for the country, for the people of the country.
How can you say that? What is the proof?
One proof is because he did not help his family. That is a direct proof. Their family did not flourish in his time, which it happens in the, with other guys. And second is, I think, because of his actions, like,
Exactly.
yeah, because
So
of his actions.
he is one of the few prime ministers where he kept the nation first,
First, yeah,
and he didn't do any corruption.
yeah,
There's another one also, Guzari Lal Nanda. He was
yeah,
also prime minister 2 times, and he was such a detached person that in his old age he didn't take any government help. So at that time he had no money and he was living in a rented place because he couldn't give money rent. He couldn't pay rent. The owner kicked him out. At that point, there was a reporter in that area, and he reported the ex prime minister of India has been thrown out from his house because he couldn't pay the rent. That is the time the government wake up, and they went and
mm,
helped him. He was 90 plus at that point. So,
yes, yes, Prabhuji, yeah,
even with becoming the highest post, he maintained high integrity, right? So, such
yes,
people are to be followed, right? Common people will look at them. This is a very good examples. Then they will follow in the right path. Okay. So in this case, in the Bhagavad Gita case, Krishna is saying, we're using word avidamsha. Avidamsha means here it is common people in sense. It is the person who wants to practice spiritualist, but he's not mature. Who wants to practice spiritualist, but then he looks at Arjuna. He says, Arjuna says, I don't want to fight. Therefore, I'll take the easy path. I will take sannyas. So the common person will say, okay, I'll also do the same thing. But what is the problem over there? First of all, Arjuna cannot maintain sannyas. He first said, I will become a beggar. Krishna said, you won't be able to be a beggar because if someone doesn't give you anything, then you will fight with him. Therefore, you are
yes,
not good beggar.
true,
And if this example is followed by people, then instead of doing their duties, they will become beggars. That is not helpful for the society. So, like that, your spiritual path, Arjuna, people will follow. So you do according to your swadharma. He's going to tell later, but I just put it here.
yeah, Prabhuji. The
So,
opposite of Vidwan. Yeah,
ha.
twins. Yeah.
So, so such kind of ignorant people who are interested in spirituality, you don't give them wrong example. You give them the correct example so that they don't stop their work, okay, and they continue in karma yoga. Hmm. And they continue in karma yoga. Next is the spirit soul bewildered by the influence of false ego thinks himself to be a doer of the activity, and actually it is carried out by three modes. So the three modes are carrying everything like an exoskeleton. Hmm. Just like we may say, Ram killed Ravana with his anger. Did he kill Ravana with his anger or with the bow and arrow? Definitely with the bow and arrow. But why did he pick up bow and arrow? Because he was angry on Ravana. And anger is a symptom of modes. So the modes are helping to do this activity of killing the person with the bow and arrow. So the modes are doing it. They are forcing us like exoskeleton. Like morning time, it is mode of goodness. So we may do yoga, meditation, chanting, dharmic activities, puja. You will see this in shops also. In the morning, that shop is put up, music of what? Bhajans. The moment it becomes afternoon, what kind of music do we hear? Bollywood.
Bollywood. Yeah.
Yeah. In the night, he closes the shop and he goes to sleep. When mode of passion, ignorance comes. When mode of passion comes, then he wants to earn passionate. So like that, these modes are affecting us. These modes are affecting us. One who's in knowledge of the absolute truth, O mighty aunt, does not engage himself in the senses and sense gratification, knowing well the difference between the work in devotion and work for fruitive results. So, this karma yoga is to do dharmic activities, not adharmic activities. Because adharmic activities also happen due to modes. Too much of passion, too much of anger, people will kill, senseless killing. But that is not dharmic, that is adharmic. So karma yoga is about dharmic things which are done with the help of gunas and not about adharmic. 29. Bewildered by the modes of material nature, the ignorant fully engages themselves in material activities and becomes attached. But the wise should not unsettle them, although their duties are inferior due to performers' lack of knowledge. In this one point is there, guna karmasu, meaning with the gunas we are doing our activities. So don't self glorify oneself that I did it. Even if you do any good activity, that is also done by the modes only. So don't self glorify. This is one of the point. 30. Therefore, Arjuna, yeah, this is very interesting word. Mai sarvani karmani sannyasa adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yuddhasva vigata jora. O Arjuna, surrender all your works unto me. So, going back to our Gitartha Sangraha summary verse. Surrender unto me, Sarveshwara.
Sarveshwar.
That is Krishna. Surrender unto Krishna. With full knowledge of me, without desire for profit, with no claims to proprietorship, unattached, asakta, free from lethargy, fight, do your duty. So all that is covered in this verse. Where it is? Yeah, all that is covered in this verse. All your dharmic works surrender to me without attachment. Dharmic words are already helpful for people. So this is definitely the clear purpose of Bhagavad Gita. So this is the summary of summarizes the Karma Yoga in one verse. 31. ये मे मतम इदम नित्यम अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवः श्रद्धावान्तो अनासूयन्तो मुच्यन्ते अपि कर्मभिः. Those persons who execute their duty according to my injunctions and who follow this teaching faithfully without envy become free from bondage and fruitive activities. So we have to follow what Krishna is saying. Okay, there are three things that he uses. Three words that he uses: anutishtanti, shraddhavanto, anasuyanti. Okay, so Ramanujacharya gives this meaning. Anutishtanti means follow me. So follow Krishna. Shraddha means with faith. Anushyanti means without envy. So follow Krishna with faith, without envy. Another way to look at it is best is to follow Krishna. If you cannot follow Krishna, then have faith on what his words. Then have faith on his words. And if you cannot keep faith on his words, then don't envy and blaspheme Krishna's word. This is another way to look at it.
Very nice, Prabhu. This is very nice.
This is by Srila Ramanujacharya, not by me.
Prabhu, this is excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how he gives the meaning to the three words. Very interesting way he gives. 32. But then Krishna says, those who are envious, what will happen? They'll become befooled, they'll ruin their lives, they won't achieve perfection. Now, even a man of knowledge acts according to his nature. For everyone follows the nature he has acquired from three modes. What can repression accomplish? The three modes that we have is there within our body, in our mind, in our intelligence. It is not possible to remove it. Therefore, we should not artificially control it. Okay? We should not artificially control it. We can dovetail it, but not artificially control it. We cannot overcome one's nature. If somebody has angry nature, it is very difficult for him to be calm, right? Right? It's very difficult for him to be calm because his nature is like that. If somebody has talkative nature, very difficult to be quiet. So then what he should do? He should just keep talking. He should just keep getting angry. No. He should talk sensible things. Direct your talking ability towards welfare of the people. Lokasangraha. Direct your anger towards the welfare of the people. How he can do? How he can use the anger for control, for welfare of the people? Can you give example?
By fighting the criminals, basically.
Yes. See, when army special forces they go and fight the terrorist, they use their anger in protecting the weak from the evil.
Yeah.
Then it is dharmic, right?
Yes,
Then it is
Prabhu.
Lokasangraha. Then it is for the welfare of the people, welfare of the nation, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So this is how we can direct total for Lokasangraha. And Krishna is very happy with this. If we don't tell it to Krishna, then that is the best. But even if we just don't tell it for the welfare of the people, Krishna is very happy with that also. Therefore, he says, Evapi. Even this one thing that you understand, okay, I need to do my duty for the welfare of my family, for my society, for my nation, for this world. Even that concept is great. Getting? Even that concept is great. 34th verse. Indriya sendriya arthe. Okay. Indriya sen. Okay. Indrasya. Okay. Indrasya arthe. Raga dvesha vyavastito.
Indriyasya arthe, yes.
Indrasya arthe. Raga dvesha vyavastito. तयोर्न वशम अगच्छेत त्यो ही अस्य परिपंथिन्यो. Now, these modes are there with us. They will create attachment and aversion, raga and dvesha. They will create. Now, if Arjuna, you think that you want to take to pure Jnana Marga, which was his original question in the start of chapter 3, right? Durena, keep these ghastly activities away. Keep these ghastly activities away. So Arjuna was thinking, okay, I will become Jnana Margi. I will give up everything, take sannyas, go to forest. But he has not overcome this raga and dvesha. So that will come back to him. That's why Krishna says that there are principles to regulate attachment and aversion pertaining to senses and objects. One should not come under the control of such attachment and aversions because they are stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. So in that jnana path, when this when this raga dvesha will come, you will fall down, Arjuna. Okay, you will fall down. Who is the one who was on the path of Ashtanga Yoga and then fell down with the hearing the ankle bells of Apsara?
Vishwamitra Muni is the answer.
Yes,
Vishwamitra.
right? Vishwamitra. He was on the Jnana path. Na? So this can happen to you, Arjuna. Okay. So then what is the solution? Shreyan swadharmo vignaha. Paradharmat swa anushtitat swadharme nidhanam shreya paradharma bhayavaha. So what is your swadharma, Arjuna? That is karma yoga. Na? Don't think of jnana yoga then. Karma yoga is your swadharma. Every time you're doing karma only. You're fighting. You're training for that fighting. You're doing administration. Now, why you think you should give up everything and go? Do your swadharma. Na? You getting? So this is what Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna. Okay, do your swadharma. Okay, do your swadharma. Now this particular verse is repeated in this chapter and then 18th chapter, where Krishna says it's better to follow your swadharma, your prescribed duty, and even if you perform some fault in it, it is fine. Than to do another's duties perfectly. And he says that even if you fail in your duty, that is great thing. But if you fail in another's duty, then that is even dangerous. That is even dangerous. Like if you're not trained to become doctor, okay, but you go and do some surgery, what is going to happen?
Disaster.
Disaster, right? So he's telling Arjuna, don't think like this. You're not trained to do that. You're not even having swadharma. Your not interest is also not there. And if you fail over there, it will be a bigger failure. But let's say a doctor does some mistake. Slight mistake, not like person dies or something, patient dies. Slight mistake. It's considered okay, right?
Yeah, it's part of the work. Like
Yeah, it's
in the
part of
work,
that. It's part of
mistakes
that.
are, yeah.
Like sometimes, the doctor may give some medicine and then 2 days after the patient will come and says, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like this. Like
Yes.
it happened with me once. The doctor gave me medicine and then it was giving me nausea and all that. So after 1 day only, I went directly and said. Then he changed the medicine. But I didn't put him into jail because of doing that.
Hmm.
Because it's the way. That's the part and parcel of it. We may stitch clothes and it will be not fitting. Then what we do? We go back to the tailor and says fit it up, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody is in their prescribed duty and they're doing it, if there is even little fault also in it, it is okay. It is not a big problem. Like we are coding in companies. Sometimes we code something that has a bug in it,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is some fault. Always there is some fault, but you are not. It is not so dangerous. But then, if you take someone else's duty, like sometimes the father may take the mother's duty.
Hmm.
Sometimes perfectly he can do. Okay, he can do perfectly. But many a times we'll find that the cooking is not proper, this is not proper, that is not proper, home is not kept proper, isn't it?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Because he's not
Hmm.
it, because those duties he can do it to some extent, not to full extent. Okay.
But these days, Prabhuji, the other gender, they are demanding, or like their expectations are like for
No, no,
equal
no,
rate.
no, no, no. See, the
Yeah, it's a
point what I'm
different.
trying to say is, uh, let's think in this way. See, there is a huge company, right?
Yeah,
Whatever huge company or small company, that small company needs a chartered accountant,
yeah.
advocate, workers, managers, right, and a CEO.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so together of it, they can function very nicely.
Hmm.
Sometimes the manager may do some accounting work.
Yeah,
That accounting work can be simple, but can he do complex accounting like the chartered accountant?
yeah. I mean, he can see if he can do, then he will be in the chartered accountant position, not in his position.
Generally, a manager may not be able to do that. He may do
Yeah,
simple accounting.
correct, Prabhuji.
So that's the thing. His simple accounting is okay.
Yeah,
Sometimes the workers, they may themselves manage.
true, true, Prabhuji.
Does that mean they become manager? No. But some things of it they can manage, and that is helpful. So look, putting this same example now in the perspective of what your question you was asked, in a marriage, a wife is expecting husband to help.
Yeah, this is not a correct position. I'm telling you, this is not a very balanced position. But
No, no, the help
unfortunately,
should
yeah,
not be expert help. One
yeah.
should
But
understand that you may
unfortunately,
not
there is
get
a
an
division in
expert help.
society. Yeah,
Okay, one may not, and one needs to understand that you may not get expert help, but you
yeah,
can get 20% of that expertise. Na? You can get
yeah. That's
20% of that expert help. That
yeah,
much you should do. And
that's true.
it is my experience that if husband help little bit in household chores, na,
Yeah,
little bit also,
that's true.
it is very it keeps the wife happy,
True,
like that.
Prabhuji, but the issue starts here. There are like one person helps, the other one is hears. Then their expectation is you do the same help plus something more, and like that. So this is a distortion in the society. So the point here is, if there is a kitchen under the command of the women, they should do it. That's it. Then the order is
Agreed,
complete.
agreed. Who
Yeah,
is expert in that, they should do
yeah,
it, they should lead
yes,
it.
yes,
Let's put it like that. Who is expert in that, they should lead it.
correct.
Okay, and the other person should now become the assistant of it.
Yeah, yeah.
The assistant may not do all activities, or the assistant may not do the main activities.
Hmm.
But the assistant can definitely, we are talking about cooking. The assistant can definitely cut and keep the vegetables ready.
Yeah, Prabhuji, this is where the real problem, I'm telling you, what the distortion is coming. A person, a man, is more like expert in cooking. So he does the work in the cooking. The point here is, when they interact, the other party, they also have expectation that you also cook now. That's a distortion in the society.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji. That's
Yeah.
unfortunately the
So,
problem. Yeah,
so that's where our Yad Yad Acharati Shreshtas example comes.
yeah.
Meaning, if in a family if there are already good examples, right?
Hmm.
Then we see that the next generation they are able to do certain things very naturally.
Very naturally. Yeah,
We don't have to fight over it and all that.
that's true, Prabhuji. That's
Like
true.
in my family case, my father, he does a lot of household chores
Hmm.
from my from last how many 40 plus years that I'm seeing. He has done a lot of household chores, so for me it is not a very shocking thing to do that.
Yeah,
Because
it's good,
I have
excellent.
seen
It's excellent. Prabhuji, doing is excellent, but expectation is a problem.
no. The point I'm trying to say is, if the example already exists, right,
Hmm.
then following becomes very easy.
Yeah, following is very
What has
good,
happened
Prabhuji, but
is the
yeah,
children
but
have
your
not
neighbor should
seen
not see
certain.
this. Your neighbor
Uh,
will start expecting from them that you also do. He is doing, so you also do.
um, well, I'll put it in different way. It
Yeah,
can, like, our discussion can go in many directions.
that's true. That's true.
But setting example is very good.
Hmm.
That helps a lot. That resolves a lot of future issues.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So in a family where the husbands have never helped in the household chores, the sons that are going to come out of that, it is found that they will find it very difficult. Okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji. So
So
these are the
there they will see
two
more
aspects.
problems. So in that case, now they should find another solution. What is another solution is, you better hire a cook. You pay for it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That
Prabhuji, this contest of 35, like this 335, uh,
what is
the,
335?
the Swadharme,
So
like
Swadharma.
Swadharme, yeah, Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya, Paradharmo Bhayava.
Mm-hmm.
So here some sort of a regulation in the society is important
See,
that
one thing I want to tell you,
yeah,
Swadharma requires training also.
yeah, yeah,
Like, Arjuna, he had the Swadharma of fighting,
fighting.
but he trained also. Now, there's a very nice story that once he was eating in the night under a
Hmm,
lamp,
hmm,
and a wind came, very strong wind came, and that lamp, went off.
hmm,
Even with the darkness, he was eating, and a thought came into his mind.
yeah,
With the light, I was eating.
yeah.
Now the light is not there, I'm still eating.
How it is possible? Yeah.
If this is possible, then in the night I can do practice also. So from that
Oh,
day, he was doing his practice of shastra practice even in the night also.
oh, excellent.
Ah.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to say, that swadharma needs training. So if we put someone who has never been trained with the idea that this is actually a swadharma, this is what is the problem in today's society.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so this is the problem.
yes.
Like, in the Vedic times, swadharma was identified and the person was trained.
Mm.
In modern times, swadharma is not identified and they are not
5
even
मिनट
trained.
2-3 मिनट
Bo-
और
both sides there are problems. Okay.
हम्म,
So in this part, we discussed this. Okay. So yes, Krishna is trying to say karma yoga is your swadharma, jnana yoga is not your swadharma.
हम्म,
Jnana yoga is not your cup of tea. It doesn't suit you, Arjuna.
right.
Okay. Okay. So now Krishna talked about raga dvesha and he told about swadharma. Attachment, aversions by gunas will come and you have to find your swadharma. So Arjuna is going to ask certain questions. So that we will discuss next week, and we'll
Okay.
stop here. Any questions, any comments? Anyone has any questions or comment?
I think probably this chapter is very interesting. So questions we'll take it in the end.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure,
very
sure.
interesting.
Very
Karma,
interesting next few verses also. But any question at this point? Anyone has?
nothing.
Okay. So if no questions, then we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Yamunacharya ki jai, Srila Ramanacharya ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.